the official soft drink sponsor of the Razorbacks. Arkansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield, trusted by Arkansans for more than 75 years for reliable, affordable health insurance. Take good care, Arkansas, by UAMS Health, the official orthopedics and sports medicine provider for the Razorbacks. Visit Hot Springs. Time for a road trip to Hot Springs, Arkansas. Learn more at hotsprings.org. By Shelter Insurance. For award-winning service, find an agent near you at shelterinsurance.com. West Rock Coffee. Produced right here in Arkansas, West Rock is proud to be the official coffee sponsor of the Razorbacks. By Oaklawn Hot Springs, Arkansas's only casino resort. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Please drink responsibly. By Summit Utilities, delivering natural gas to Razorback fans all across Arkansas. Arkansas Heart Hospital, dedicated to your heart. Ballpark, proud to be the official hot dog of the Razorbacks. By Zips Car Wash, proud sponsor of the Arkansas Razorbacks. Harps, quality foods, hometown fresh. It's that simple at Harps. The Arkansas Department of Health. Quit tobacco. We can help. By SeatGeek, the official ticket marketplace of Razorback Athletics. Edward Jones. Find a financial advisor near you at edwardjones.com. By Roller Funeral Homes. For 3 generations, the Razorback Nation has trusted the Roller family to serve yours with all our respect. Kubota. For Earth. For Life. Highland Dairy. Locally made. Naturally delicious. By your local Toyota dealer. Toyota. Let's go places. The University of Arkansas Online, offering flexible degree programs. Apply now at online.uark.edu. By Qual Choice Health Insurance, the quality choice for health insurance. Keep it simple with Qual Choice. The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas, reliable, affordable, responsible power. By Baptist Health, Arkansas's largest and most comprehensive health system. Greenway Equipment, for equipment that works as hard as you do. Regions Bank. Regions, the official bank of the SEC. And by Modelo Especial, brewed for full-time Razorback fans. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation of the Razorback Sports Network.
This is Hog Reaction, brought to you by Buffington Homes.
Hogs in the half court now. Thero way out on the floor, left side, away to Big Z, going to force a 3, and it's good from about 28 feet.
Hog Reaction is also presented by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville and by Sawyer's, everything for outside the house.
We say what we want. I wanted to make sure they weren't happy we're going to be okay. No. If we won that game, we're in the tournament. So it's not okay to say we'll be all right. Now, you're going to have to go get somebody else.
Call or text the program at 877-377-6963. Tune in to Hog Reaction after every Razorback basketball game right here on ESPN Arkansas.
Entertain! Are you not entertained?
Man, that was an entertaining basketball game, really from start to finish. Arkansas got it going in the first half, and then Mississippi State caught fire in the second. It's the Razorbacks get a 1-point victory, finish 8-10 in conference this season in the SEC. And while you can't just 100% say NCAA tournament locked, they're heading and they're dancing. Matt Jones, Todd Richardson, Hog Reaction, presented by the Stadium Shop on Razorback, Buffington Homes, and Sawyer's Sunrooms. If you want to jump in with us, you can do so at 877-377-6963. Matt, we'll start with you. What a win, man. What a win.
Woo Pig Suey. Ty, good to be here with you today. Absolutely, man. 0-5 start, and then 8-5 in their last 13. So just kind of turn the page. You've kind of had different teams. You know, your 2 best players are out. You've lost them for the season, and this team is they've gelled together. I mean, 2 guys had a double-double tonight, Ty. I wouldn't have thought that all year.
Mark chiming in on our live stream, just saying go Hogs. Again, you can text us on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline as well. We'll go to the hotlines right now. Welcome in Big Al, who's called in this afternoon. Big Al, you're on Hog Reaction. Go ahead.
Yeah, we neutered and spayed those Bulldogs. Somebody call Bob Barker, and everybody hopping off the bandwagon. Welcome to a Hall of Fame coach, and I'd love to hear your thoughts, but I'm loving the Hogs right now, and I'm loving the energy, Ty. Let's go get them. Woo, Pig!
right, thanks, Big Al. Here's Cal after the game.
How about this building? I mean, now we needed every drop of your energy.
It was funny. I'll play that clip coming up. I haven't been able to cut it just yet, but Cal just kind of like Big Al just said, kind of joked with the fans a little bit. Who hopped off the bandwagon? I'll raise my hand. Matt, I'll say it. You mentioned the 0-5 start. I didn't think there was any way, shape, or form this team would be NCAA tournament bound and dancing, and yet, unless something insane happens, which I think they're in at 8-10, this team's going postseason past Nashville.
Man, what a turnaround. No, I'm with you. If you think about the schedule, though, that we're kind of the meat of our schedule was, then transition of losing Boogie and losing 3. How about number 9? Let's talk about the players that are playing well, man. Talk about a guy that, if you're talking about a team or what you're saying as far as jumping off the bandwagon, 6 weeks ago, nobody thought 9 was going to come out here and play like he has the last 4 or 5 games. I mean, he's just totally turned around. Consistency, 30 minutes tonight. He was probably our best player, one of our best players on the floor. Now, some silly fouls, yes, I get it. And then Brazil, again, another guy that people kind of down. He's had one bad game, but everybody had a bad game in the last 4 or 5. Can't be happier for this group of guys.
Yeah, so on Jonas Adu, all over the place, and final play, he hit that shot, hit free throw to get him at least up 1, and it was his play that got him over the top.
Left side, Brazil on the wing, dribble handoff Davis. Nelly, 5 to shoot, 4 to shoot, trying to get to the rim, couldn't do it, but he gets the pass to Adu, and it's laid in. It's good, and there's a foul with 11.3 to go.
Jonas's final stat line, 8 of 11, not the best free throw shooting night at 5 for 10, has 10 rebounds like you talked about. Matt, he drew 7 fouls and had 21 points overall. 4 assists to go along that as a big man. And I think you mentioned something important. Trevin Brazil got those 2 early fouls within about 3 minutes. So Jonas played as
he had to.
I'd have to look at
he played 33 minutes.
That might be the most he's played all season, and they needed every minute from Jonas Adu tonight. Cal talked about him after the game. He had been injured, had the surgery or whatever earlier on in the offseason. And for him to really come on in this basketball game where maybe you lose and you still get into the tournament, but, Matt, you feel so much better about your tournament chances a week from tomorrow based on what he and the whole team was able to accomplish.
How would you have looked at the last 5 games of the season, Missouri, Texas, South Carolina, Vanderbilt, Mississippi State, and I said, you know what, Ty, they'll go 4-1 in those last 5 games, and their only L is going to be to the worst team in conference. So, and it's going to be by 20. It's.
I would have looked at you like you had something coming out of your head, Matt
like what are we talking about, right? Like this team is they've got it turned around, and good for them because it's at the right moment. It's right when you want to be playing your best basketball.
Dalton in Fayetteville says we need to call Big Al back. We need those vibes. Well, Dalton, if you want to call us on the Ludus Automotive Group hotline, do so 877-377-6963. Quick break. More reaction. Arkansas's 1-point win over Mississippi State, a wild one in Bud Walton Arena.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, brought to you by Buffington Homes, the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville, and by Sawyer's, everything for outside the house.
You got me really hot, so cool that one down.
Your home is your biggest asset. So when you decide to add a sunroom, a patio cover, a new driveway, or new windows, you need to call a company you can trust. Sawyer's has been part of your community for over 30 years. They're insured, licensed, and have 100% financing for all of their products. Take all the worry out of your next project. Call Sawyer's and let them handle it from permitting to completion. Sawyer's, serving the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas with a full showroom located in Fort Smith or online at sawyers-sunrooms.com.
Looking for a new home in the heart of Northwest Arkansas? Head to the Cottage at the Park. These beautiful homes by Buffington have direct access to a 120-acre park and offer maintenance-free yards. That means free time can be spent watching the Hogs, traveling, playing in the park, or just enjoying a weekend without yard work. For relaxed living at its finest, Cottage at the Park is the best move you'll make. Visit BuffingtonHomesAR.com/hogradio for details.
Before you buy that next car or truck, stop Stop by Broadway Motors in Van Buren, the best of the best for 2 straight years. Michael and his team offer the best prices on the best quality pre-owned vehicles in the River Valley. They invite you to stop by and check it out for yourself. Or if you prefer to check out their inventory online or even do your financing online. Michael has built his reputation as a husband, father, and owner-operator since 2006. Broadway Motors, 806 Broadway in Van Buren, or online at BroadwayMotorsAR.com.
Looking to protect yourself and your family this flu season? Law's Drug Store at 6802 Rogers Avenue offers the latest vaccines for adults and seniors in both COVID-19 and the flu. Law's Drug Store has friendly pharmacists ready to assist you with no appointment necessary. Call 452-6116. It's quick, it's easy, and in most cases, free with your insurance. Law's Drug Store, 6802 Rogers Avenue behind Outback Steakhouse. Open 6 days a week to care for you and your family.
Don't let the winter bring you down. Warm up with Burton Pools and Spas. Beat the Winter Blues hot tub sale. Right now, save up to $7,000 on Hot Spring Hot Tubs, the world's best-selling brand. Relax and enjoy more quality time with your family for as little as $54 a month. Say goodbye to the cold and hello to soothing hydrotherapy. Visit Burton Pools and Spas in Springdale, Greenland, Port Smith, or online at burtonpools.com. Burton Pools and Spas. Water for a better life.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Family. That's what sets us apart. Crabtree RV Center, founded in 1950 by E.J. and Aline Crabtree, family owned and operated, serving Arkansas for 74 years.
I've been working full-time here at Crabtree RV since 1996 after graduating from the University of Arkansas, where I'm proud to carry on my grandparents' legacy.
I know if Mom and Dad could see Crabtree RVs today, they would be so proud.
Crabtree RV Center in Alma, making your family's dreams come true for over 70 years.
Old Man Winter is here, bringing cold, nasty weather. And Jelco Outdoors has all the gear to keep you warm and dry. Insulated coats, jackets, overalls, coveralls, thermal socks, and gloves. For kids, up to men's 4X. Jelco Outdoors has the largest selection of winter boots in the River Valley to keep your feet warm and dry. Need a portable heater? Jelco has plenty of Mr. Heater portable propane heaters and accessories. Come see us at Jelco Outdoors. Stay safe and stay warm this winter. Jelco Outdoors, 4600 South Zero in Fort Smith, your cold weather store.
I know we're always on the go, heading to Fayetteville, Little Rock, Oklahoma City, and you need a place to fill up. But not just for gas. I need snacks, drinks, and a restroom that doesn't make me throw up. That's why my new favorite pit stop is Jam Mart number 10, located at 6201 Grand Avenue on the way out of town. I can't stop by without getting something from their hot box or a fresh made burger. That's Jam Mart number 10, located at 6201 Grand Avenue in Fort Smith.
Up to $3,000 off and 0.9% financing on all 2024 Buick Encore GXs at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Encore GX is a boldly styled 5-person SUV that is ready to reward. Up to $3,000 off and 0.9% financing for well-qualified buyers. This is a limited time offer. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith and online at harryrobinson.com.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Knox, step back, left wing, 3-ball good.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, brought to you by Buffington Homes and by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville.
Nadu drives the paint. Kicks it out to Brazil. 3-pointer good.
Hog Reaction is also presented by Sawyer's, everything for outside the house. This is Hog Reaction.
All right, back here on Hog Reaction, ESPN Arkansas, hitthatline.com or Hit That Line Now app, powered by Taco Bell. This has been an awesome regular season, and it would not have been possible without Buffington Homes. So you can check them out online at buffingtonhomesar.com. Robert Mann, Elizabeth Mann, and Matthew Mann at the Stadium Shop on Razorback, locally owned and operated. I was wearing a Razorback pullover from there last night. And you can get pullovers, sweatshirts, anything you need for baseball season, basketball season at the Stadium Shop on Razorback, or always online at shop, SHOPPE, on Razorback.com. And by Buzz Sawyer and Sawyer's Sunrooms. Sawyer's for everything outside of the house. This includes sunrooms, patio cover, pergolas, driveways, and windows, including decorative concrete. Visit them online at Sawyers-sunrooms.com. One more time, that's Sawyers-sunrooms.com. Text in from Chris in Springdale, Matt, saying that's what we've been waiting on from Jonas Adu. He also mentioned and adds Brazil played great despite sitting most of the first half due to foul trouble. I know Cal was joking about that a little bit after the game. Here's what he said.
PB, I don't care that you're playing hard. You can't foul that way. We need you in the game.
They did, and we saw a second-half performance from that. And you alluded to the minutes earlier, Matt, from Jonas Adu. For him to log that many minutes, I think probably the most, I don't know this offhand, but maybe the most he has all season. Just a massive double from Jonas Adu today.
Big time. We needed that. You know who your boy DJ Wagner, I know that talk about an efficient game, but you know who he reminds me of is Marcus Smart from Oklahoma State. And that's not too long ago, but guys out here, if you're a college basketball fan, y'all remember Marcus Smart. Like, do you have another comp that, like, when you start thinking, like, man, he's violent, he's physical, he plays tough, he's scrappy, he's got ice water in his veins. Can't say enough about number 21. His game today was magnificent.
How about that three hit, Matt?
5 to shoot, 4 to shoot, step back, 3, and he got it! Wagner from 25 on the right wing buries the three-pointer, 92-89. They're going to stop play to check the time.
Man, that was deep. Step back, Cadillac, and just buried it. Now, you got to give credit on the other end because the little Hubbard came down and just knocked down that one right there. He hit some clutch shot today. Arkansas contained him for the most part. If you're going to tell me that Mississippi State is still going to score 92 points and you're going to hold Josh Hubbard to 4 of 16, I would have thought you were lying to me.
Collectively,
honestly.
Ty, we did a really good job playing defense. And then you knew late he would hit a couple shots and he got a couple open looks and he's going to keep firing. But yeah, that's the one thing is as far as good as we shot. And we did have a couple lapses of defense this evening or this morning. But for the most part, man, we're playing decent defense.
Doesn't it feel weird saying this morning? It is nice.
I was like,
Matt,
whoa, hey,
we got the rest of the day. It kind of looks a little dreary outside. You're driving from Budwalder. Maybe you're going to kind of Harrison, Mountain Home, Marshall. You're going to North Central Arkansas. Maybe you're coming to the River Valley. Maybe you have a short ride home to Rogers or Bentonville or Springdale. Or maybe you're going South Arkansas, Hot Springs, Meta. Maybe you're going to the eastern part of our state, West Memphis. But despite it not being the prettiest outside right now, Matt, there's a smile and sunshine on everyone's face right now after that win.
It's always nice to win. And so do you like our matchup? I know we just talked about this a little bit.
Good question to bring up.
We're going to play South Carolina. So right now it's halftime. It's 34-34. Has South Carolina maybe found something that they're kind of playing better now?
Yeah, and Cal kind of alluded to it after the game that you got demolished in that game. You were losing by 30-something, maybe 40-something points, if I remember that right. I think that Arkansas just wants to undo what they did. South Carolina's not playing for anything. No team has ever gone 5 straight games in the SEC tournament to make the NCAA tournament. I don't expect Lamont Paris's group to be the first.
No, they're not that. They're not a great team.
And I think Arkansas just has a lot to play. I mean, if you win, a win over South Carolina is not necessarily going to move you a seed line, Matt, but maybe you win the next game on Thursday, and that could potentially, if it's a quad one game, that could move you a seed line.
Who would that be? Probably somebody like Kentucky. I don't know who's when the bracket to come out tomorrow.
Let's pull up the standings real quick here in the Southeastern Conference. I felt like Texas A&M was potentially going to be matched up, but what happened is with Vanderbilt losing today to Georgia, you moved all the way up, man, to the 9 seed.
Wow.
So they were basically a game away from 2 games away from being on a bye. We know they weren't able to get to an above 500 record, but you move all the way up to a nice seed thanks to having the tiebreaker over Mississippi State and having the tiebreaker over Vanderbilt, who lost to Georgia today. So I haven't looked at the second round yet. I basically just after what Chuck said, but maybe Texas A&M could be that opponent. Like the teams that don't play on Wednesday are Kentucky, Ole Miss, Missouri, A&M, Tennessee, Alabama, Florida, and Auburn. I'm going to guess, like you said, just kind of off the top of my head, I think that the worst seed that plays Thursday would get matched up against the highest seed, which is you. So I'm going to guess you might play Kentucky on that Thursday game, and we know how Big Blue Nation likes to travel to Bridgestone Arena, Matt Jones.
Hey, South Carolina, you go ahead and a little payback there, and then Kentucky, a team you can beat, a team that you play well. And Kentucky, the one thing that they don't do well is play defense, and so
they lost Jackson Robinson for the year.
I like that. I mean, I like that matchup. Maybe have a couple, get a little streak going.
Can you imagine, Matt, the reaction in Lexington, Kentucky, if not only you lost the regular season game to John Calipari and the Arkansas Razorbacks, but if you also lost this postseason game that could potentially play out? We'll have to wait and see, just depending on how things shake out. But I can 100% verify, because Chuck said it, and you're playing South Carolina Wednesday at 12 o'clock. We'll kind of give you an update here on ESPN Arkansas. HitThatLine.com or Hit That Line Now app, powered by Taco Bell, on our show schedule, what's going to happen with Hog Reaction, all of our games starting next week. Hog Reaction, again, still ongoing. We'll have games during the week, and then starting in the NCAA tournament as well. I know that what the NCAA ESPN.com stats were that said Arkansas had like a 57% chance to make the NCAA tournament based on winning this game. Guys, gals, you're going to be postseason bound. It's just a matter of where you're going to play. Matt, I'm going to rattle off the locations. You tell me where you'd like this team to end up.
All right.
Lexington, Kentucky is actually a first-round side. Providence, Rhode Island, Seattle, Washington, Wichita, Kansas, Cleveland, Ohio, Denver, Colorado, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and Raleigh, North Carolina. I said Wichita just because
I like
proximity.
Wichita, Lexington, and Denver. Those would be my top three.
There's a lot of Arkansas fans in Denver, man.
Oh man, we bought the Broncos. Walmart bought the Broncos.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, you're right on that. Again, if you want to jump in here with myself, Matt Jones, do so on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963. Johnny messaging on our live stream saying Cal has done a heck of a job. And just to like go back to jumping off the bandwagon, here's what Cal said about, and listen, I'll put my hands up. 0-5, I didn't think there was any chance in hell they were making the NCAA tournament. Cal kind of joked a little bit after the game.
Because I know there were a bunch that jumped off the bandwagon. Raise your hand if you were one. Go ahead. You can admit it. There's some of you. I said it when I was introduced here. My team's early struggle. They figured it out. I figured it out with them.
They figured it out, Matt, for the time being, man.
Man, don't you love Coach Cal's candor? The way Coach Cal handles everything, he's seen it, he's been around it. He's one of the best. He's a legend. And I mean, the job he's done with this team, 0-5, not the way anybody wanted to start. And when you get a team together for the first time, you're trying to figure out what are our strengths, what are our weaknesses, and sometimes it takes game action against a higher quality opponent. In our first 15 games, we played 3 or 4 teams that are going to be in the tournament. We beat Michigan, lost to Illinois. So
think about it.
You're
Matt,
figuring things out.
Tennessee tournament team, Ole Miss tournament team, Florida tournament team.
Not only tournament teams, those are Final Four type of teams right there.
Florida's outstanding. I would actually favor them. Tommy and I have been talking about it this week. I don't know how you and Phil feel, but we've actually said that we feel better about Florida potentially winning the national championship.
I'm Auburn, Alabama, Florida.
Okay.
That would be me. I think Alabama's second, and then Tennessee maybe right there fourth. The thing about Florida is I don't think they can get stops with their guards when they need to. Yeah. Now they can fill it up. They got athletes. I get it. They're a great team. Could they? Yes. But if that's what you're looking for, the edge, I think Alabama's a better defensive team.
Cecil is called in. I don't know if he was at the game. Cecil, did you go to the game today, buddy?
Come on, Ty. You know I was up in the house, baby boy. Come on now.
I didn't know. You didn't text me, so I didn't know.
Oh, yeah. Well, I thought I hit you up, though. But anyway, that was definitely a hog delight, like my boy in Clarksville say. And it was a really good game. I was really super duper surprising Adu. I don't know if it's just leave Adu in the game and let him play a long term. Maybe he'll get better.
He heard you talking trash, Cecil, and then he got ticked off. That's why he delivered.
Okay, well maybe he did. Maybe he did. Well, it helped out because he got a double, and I told y'all. Now I'm gonna say it again because it's the last game of the season. I said it early in the season. I said, and Brazil, Big Z didn't play today, but Big Z is my favorite player on the team. I like Big Z. Okay, but I said Big Z and Brazil got to play a long term. They got to be in the game because they both can play and they both can shoot. Okay, they need to play together. But like Brazil, it was 2 minutes. He yanked out the game. Another minute or two, then get yanked out the game. That ain't his style. That'll mess with a player's mentally. That'll mess with a player's game, man. Just up there, coach ain't let me play. I know I can play. So after he was getting more minutes, his true game came out because I already knew Brazil could play. I already knew he could play from when he first got there. But he got hurt, but he's doing really good. He got a double today. Adu got a double. DJ Wagner hit the dagger, which was great. But Mississippi State came back down and scored too quick. They came and hit a dagger right behind us. And that was really close because they got that rebound at the end. They shot the one shot, which was a good shot. It was a good shot. And then they got the rebound and almost made it. But we got the win. And I think we're going to do really good in Kentucky, in the tournament. And we definitely need to play in Kentucky because that'll give fans not a far place to travel. And Razorbacks going to.
Well, Wichita's way closer. Wichita's way closer, Cecil.
Oh, yeah, Wichita.
And you'll have,
I didn't hear you say Wichita.
Yeah, and Lexington would be fun from an entertainment value. I was talking to a friend of mine about that yesterday. But, I mean, if you're just a fan that wants this team and the most likelihood to win, and obviously it depends on matchups, but, I mean, there's not anywhere close outside of Wichita. Lexington's, I think, 10, 11 hours from Fayetteville, Matt. I mean, that's
Hey, it's his own stopping ground, man.
Yeah.
He'll know where to go.
That's true.
I didn't hear you say Wichita, but man, I'm gonna tell you, I enjoyed the game. I ran into Juris right. We took some pictures, swapped numbers. It was great seeing him. I always see people that I haven't seen in a long time.
Jarius is great.
We had a good crowd.
Yeah, the crowd. I was going to say the crowd looked great on TV, and Jarius is as kind as they come. He was. He was kind enough to give us some time. Unfortunately, after Ryan's passing one morning, and he's an enjoyable guy to talk to. And I know Chuck talked about how big of a leader he was on that football team, even as a young guy when he stepped in on campus. So he's a great guy, and also coaching. He's coaching here in the state, which is also a cool aspect to what Jarius is giving back.
Right. Hey, Ty, I got two more questions for you.
All right, fire them quick.
One. Okay, I got one. I want to know, is it more tournaments in Portsmouth today?
Yes, the Great American Conference, the championship games are tomorrow. They've got a handful more games today still at Fort Smith Southside.
Okay, that's good because I'm a sport junkie. And I want to know what you think, you and Matt, what all y'all think in the studio. Because Mississippi State was beefed up. They were some pretty big guys. They looked healthy, really healthy. Do you think did they outdid us physically, or did they? What do you think physically? How do we look?
Well, it's 20. Thanks for the call, Cecil. Again, jump in with us. Matt Jones, Ty Richardson. It's Hog Reaction presented by Sawyer's Sunrooms, the Stadium Shop on Razorback, and also Buffington Homes. You can call us on the Ludus Automotive hotline like our buddy Cecil just did at 877-377-6963. 29-21, you were out rebounded, Matt Jones. So a little bit of a – no, that's fouls. I apologize. That's fouls. Let's see, 41-29. You out rebounded him. I didn't even see that stat till it just popped up. So, Cecil, you actually out rebounded him by 12. They're a little, beefier down low with some of the guys they have. Now, what I do think is interesting, Matt, they last couple games you played, not that Mississippi State's a bad team, they're ranked. Vanderbilt's a good team, they've won a lot, but you played smaller posts. You played smaller 4s and 5s. South Carolina, again, Pringle and Collie Murboyles, Pringle's a little bit taller, but when Arkansas goes up against some bigger size in the SEC tournament, I wonder if you can see the same type of impact from Jonas Adu, Trevin Brazile, and also Big Z kind of jumping back in the action as well.
Yeah, I mean our bigs. You look at 9 with a double-double, Brazile double-double, and you're right. That's a very good point, Ty. When it comes to South Carolina, our next game, Colin Murray Boyles is better than every big that was on the floor tonight on both teams.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean he will be the best big on the floor when Arkansas plays South Carolina. How do you stop him? You have to defend him as a team, collectively as a group. It's not necessarily
sit on his left shoulder, right?
Hey, whatever you got to do. I don't know what coach has him going, which way you want him going. You're either going to drive him short corner, you're going to drive him to the middle, and everybody knows how to react. I mean, you think back to Brazile late in the game, nobody's even around him. The guy comes in and he leaves the guy wide open 3 in the corner, and you're thinking, Holmes, just stay a little bit more because nobody's even there. Like, why are you? So that's the whole point when it comes to with Colin. He's going to be a smart player. He's going to be the best. So he will be a matchup nightmare for us. So but the way you have to do it is collectively as a unit, and then you got to bend a little bit more. You know, he just got to bend just a little bit.
You know, when I watch Colin Murray Boyles, and I don't know if he can shoot as good. I always think of when I see like lefty kind of thicker forwards, I always think of Sam Big Smooth Perkins.
Oh, Sam Perk.
Yeah. North Carolina Tar Heel.
Big Zach Randolph.
Yeah,
with a
Zebo.
B1.
That's a really good comp. That's just kind of the
lefty. Was Tractor Trailer, was he right-handed or left-handed? But he kind of has that feel to it as well. Yeah.
Okay. We're coming up with comps here all over the place. You mentioned
I like his game. I think he's there was the big hate was Izzy wasn't in the top 17 for all conference for the ladies. And the same thing with Colin Murray Boyles. It's like, well, that team's not any good, but I think he is. I think he's a first or second team. I think he's a nice piece.
Yeah, he's outstanding. All right, quick break. Again, it's Hog Reaction. Matt Jones, Ty Richardson, our Lewis Automotive hotline number, 877-377-6963. We roll on next.
And by Sawyer's, everything for outside the house.
You got me really hot, so cool that one down.
The tires on your vehicle go round and round, but when they don't, go to Van Alma Tire. They have tires in their name. That's their specialty. Van Alma Tire is all about tires. They have all the name brands and private labels available for you and in stock. So when it comes to getting tires for your ride, it's worth the drive. And financing is available. Ask for details. Whatever your tire need, check out Van Alma Tires on Highway 64 between Van Buren and Alma. Ready to get you rolling on new tires at Van Alma Tire.
Hello, this is Sebastian County Assessor Zach Johnson here to remind you to assess your personal property by May 31st to avoid late penalty. You can do this in person at one of our 3 locations, over the phone, or online by going to www.countyservice.net. I would also like to remind any current homeowners or any individuals buying their homes on contract to contact our office and check your eligibility for the homestead tax credit. Contact us today and see if you qualify. The homestead tax credit can save you up to $500 off your tax bill.
This ad sponsored by the Sebastian County Assessor and paid for by Amendment 79.
To $10,000 off or $7,000 off and 0% financing on select 2024 GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The 24 GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $10,000 off or take $7,000 in discounts and 0% financing with approved credit. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Hey, this is Dr. Charlie Liggett with River Valley Smile Center. We dial 782-8940.
Coach Todd Holland, head baseball coach of the University of Arkansas Fort Smith Lions. I call 782-8940.
Stay cool this summer with a York high-efficiency HVAC unit. Or for more information on endless hot water and high-efficiency tankless water heaters, give us a call at 782-8940.
That's 782-8940.
Joe's Grill and Cantina is already chipping away at 2025. with Joe's Chips and Salsa. Made with Tex-Mex house-made salsa. Made daily with fresh veggies, even carrots. Try their sizzling fajitas and crunchy tacos. Every Tuesday, it's Taco Tuesday. Joe's has great enchiladas with homemade sauce. It's the best around. Plus a full bar and TVs all around the restaurant. The best Tex-Mex and even better service at Joe's Grill and Cantina, 3400 South 74th Street, across from Harps.
When you need legal help, turn to the law offices of Craig L. Cook. With over 40 years combined experience, the Cook Law Team works for you. If you've been injured in an auto accident, hurt on the job, a victim of nursing home negligence, or need help with bankruptcy, Social Security, wills, trusts, estates, or family law issues, Craig Cook will go to work for you. Call us today, 479-783-8000. The law offices of Craig L. Cook with locations in Arkansas and Oklahoma. We work for working people.
Walk-Ons is always a win, whether it's for a post-game celebration, drinks with the crew, or an easy weeknight dinner. Walk-Ons has you covered. Scratch-made dishes, wall-to-wall TVs, craft beers and cocktails. Dig into their mouth-watering menu items like po' boys, gumbo, and voodoo shrimp, plus fan favorites like juicy burgers and fresh salads. Find your nearest location in Rogers, Fayetteville, Fort Smith, Conway, and Little Rock, or order online or in the app. Walk-On Sports Bistro for the win.
Are you an angler having trouble finding all the bait, tackle, and more for your fishing needs? Make a Wake Bait and Tackle, now located in Fort Smith next to Witts Marine on North 11th Street, is your place. Make a Wake Bait and Tackle also has the largest selection of plastics in the River Valley. Reactor Innovation, Bobby Garland, Zoom, Mega Bass, and more. Check out the Dial Rod and Reels. Make a Wake Bait and Tackle, 803 North 11th Street at Fort Smith, 479-926-9320. Also get your rod and reels repaired. Come see us next to Witts Marine at Make a Wake Bait and Tackle.
Knox, step back, left wing, 3-ball, good.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, brought to you by Buffington Homes and by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville.
Nadu drives the paint, kicks it out to Brazil, three-pointer, good.
Hog Reaction is also presented by Sawyer's, everything for outside the house. This is Hog Reaction.
Look, I've done this a long time. I've coached probably 21, 22 years. Why are you laughing, Z?
A lot more than that, Coach.
I don't know if I've had a more rewarding season because of what we went through. And I've had some, but this ranks right up there. And it's not over. It ain't over.
It is not over. The regular season's over, but postseason, it's just begun. Arkansas, for those who don't know, will take on the South Carolina Gamecocks, Bridgestone Arena, 12 o'clock. I got good news for everyone listening right now. Matt, just like today, it will be the first game of the SEC Network that day for the Razorbacks. So you're not going to be in a situation like today where you pull it up. It will legitimately be the first game later on today. So that's always good, where you don't have to worry about a game ending right before yours. Hey, do I have to switch channel? Do I have to change the app? Matt, you plop on your TV a little before 12 o'clock, or you turn on your radio station at 11:30, courtside for Chuck and Z, 11:30, or directly after the morning rush. Arkansas and South Carolina's could be right on there for you.
Hey, what a great schedule right there. Every day the game's at noon, right where you are in the bracket. Mm-hmm. You keep winning, you play at noon, you get a little routine going. They're all going to be a little different. Everything's going to happen fast. Yeah, man, what a matchup. What a way to come back. Like I said, our last 5 were 4-1, and our only L is who we draw in the first round.
Yeah.
So let's go get it.
Let's keep it going. Call or text us. Lewis Automotive Hotline is open. We've talked to Big Al. We've talked to Cecil. I want to hear from you. How do you feel? Cal just talked about there. This is up there for just one of the biggest rewards that he's had as a coach. Now, he's had a national championship team. He's had Final Four teams. He's had Players of the Year, but he puts this season, which, again, as he just said, do this one more time.
And it's not over. It ain't over.
It's not over. Season script has not fully been written. I don't know where they're going to end up a week from Sunday on the NCAA tournament bracket. What destination? Will they wind up in Raleigh, North Carolina, or Lexington, Kentucky? What I do know is they are going to be in the NCAA tournament. So a week from tomorrow, flick on CBS about 5 o'clock. I'm going to guess that's when it is, and you'll see your team called. It's just a matter of the seed, a matter of the location, and who they're going to be playing as well. So big-time games today from several people. And I know we've talked a lot about Jonas Adu, but DJ Wagner had himself a game today as well. One of the clips I did see, though, I know Billy Richmond's stat line didn't just jump off the page by any stretch of the imagination. There's some other guys that I think a lot of people would say, well, he had a great game. Billy was 3 for 6 with 10 points, but he did have one of the plays of the game with that final block down the stretch.
Free throw off the back of the iron, no good. Hogs by 1. State's got the ball. 7 seconds, 6 seconds. Kugel, right side, trying to take Richmond off the dribble to the basket, knocked away. Melendez picks it up, no good at the horn. Arkansas wins. Arkansas wins at the horn. Melendez tried to follow it up and went off the glass, no good. The Razorbacks have survived. 93-92, the final score. They're going crazy at Bud Walton Arena.
The key word is survive, Matt. Melendez did get a look down the stretch, and
he could have made it for the same price.
It was. I mean, it was.
How good? I was watching the game at a buddy's house, Ty, and and as soon as the last play is going on, I said, at least it's one-on-one with Billy Richmond. Like, wouldn't you draw up a play to say, hey, we don't want it? That's like one of our best athletes on the floor.
Yeah.
I like it when it's like that's who they're going against. They're gonna call out Billy Richmond because that dude, if he can do anything, he's fast, he's strong, and can play defense. I would have attacked somebody else right there.
Yep. Billy ended up reading his stat line, 10 points, 4 of 4 from the free throw line, 3 of 6, also 6 assists.
Big time.
I did hear in the broadcast, Kevin Fitzgerald and Ron Slay were talking about his connection with Tyler Eulis, who's the 2016 SEC Player of the Year and just an absolute dog at Kentucky. Tyler was outstanding. I loved watching him play, even though he was a Wildcat. It kind of stung. But I thought that was interesting, his development, because, Matt, he, like DJ Wagner being thrust in the starting point guard role with Boogie Flan going out, Billy's having to assume that backup. And when DJ's out, whether it's foul trouble or just needing a breather, he's supposed to do that. Now, he still has turnovers, had 3 turnovers today, but you take 2 to 1 with a true freshman point guard any day of the week.
He to one of your favorite movies, Spinal Tap, he only goes to 11. Like, he plays every single game at 11. You know what you're getting out of him. He's consistent. He has one speed. I love it. He would be a great free safety. In a different lifetime, he grows up playing free safety. He could be a Hall of Famer. I mean, that's the mentality he has. You almost got to
Kenoy Kennedy type.
Yeah, you got to rein him in a little bit as soon as he'll learn to change a pace, because being an athlete and being fast and being able to have one step and that's amazing. That's awesome. He can do that. As soon as he learns how to be a basketball player, he's such an athlete. He's going to be fierce. You think about him next year, Ty. Mm-hmm. I think that's a guy next year that you're getting 38 minutes, 36 minutes a game. He's going to be the way he plays. Just to watch him and see what he can do next year is going to be fun.
You've talked about him and Carter Knox, more so Knox, because I think Knox has played a little bit better.
Knox is a better player right now. Yeah,
just a little bit. But you've talked about that there's going to be people out seeking them out.
Both those
in
guys.
The transfer portal.
Absolutely.
And doing it probably illegally and trying to poach them. So that's just how you handle that nowadays is something you have to monitor and follow. And speaking of players, I do want to mention a guy that's not technically an Arkansas Razorback just yet. He is a signee, but we did get a text in earlier. I'm forgetting who it's from, but they made sure to tell us, hey, remind everyone that Darius Acuff was in the house. So you had the 5-star player Nate Ament, who is in the building this weekend in this upcoming class that is not signed or committed anywhere just yet. He's got Arkansas, I believe, in his top 5 or 6 in town this weekend. Very versatile guy, 6'9", 6'10", maybe 6'11", but a guy that I think Cal really wants. Darius Acuff, who you have signed, Matt Jones. I know Isaiah Sealy is doing his thing for Springdale right now and the Bulldogs, but he was in the building, got brought to center court at half. That's something that they've kind of done here the last couple of years is like signees, when they officially ink their letter of intent, they'll bring him in the building in Bud Walton Arena, and that's got to be a cool experience for a young man that I'm guessing 17 or 18 years old. It's one thing to play high school basketball like at IMG Academy where Darius is at, which is one of the premier programs in the country. You might have a couple thousand here and there for a game, even a big-time event. But when you got 19,000 people looking at you at center court, that's got to be a cool experience for that young man.
They're playing high school basketball right now, and you're going to step up. You see how hard it is. What do you think Carter Knox was doing last year in high school ball? What do you think Billy Richmond was doing last year in high school ball? So
EYBL and all that stuff.
I don't know. I'm all for, hey, we need talented freshmen. I get it. But you're not going to win this new age of NIL college basketball relying on your freshmen to be like you take UConn's national championship team last year. All veteran guys except for the best athlete, Stephen Castle, was a freshman. And so I love it. Hey, let's come in and play, but let's don't think these guys are going to come in and play 35 minutes a game and take us somewhere that we haven't been.
Yeah, they added Cam Spencer from Rutgers, and who was a huge piece for that team. They had Klingon, who's on the team.
Klingon, Donovan, he's a beast.
I watched him last night, Matt. He was on the Portland Trailblazers, so I got to take him in. By the way, I do want to give shout out to a couple Arkansas Razorback and Fort Smith Northside Grizzlies. Isaiah Joe, awesome game last night. He had like 16, 6, and 6.
Let's go.
He was awesome. And then Jalen got his first ever NBA triple-double. So you got 2 Arkansas Razorbacks and 2 Grizzlies that are on the same team. Matt, they played Portland, who I think had one guy out. They worked him by 19 with listen who was out for OKC, just resting. They didn't have Chet Holmgren. They didn't have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. They didn't have Jalen Williams, the other Jalen Williams, J-Dub. They didn't have Kaysen Wallace. They didn't have Isaiah Hartstein. And they didn't have Lou Dort. They had like 7 guys that were sitting out last night, and they still just got dominated by Oklahoma City. So pretty impressive win.
Are you buying in? Are you a believer?
I'm going to be honest, and I'll jump back into Arkansas. I'm a little worried about Golden State with Jimmy Butler in that addition. I'm worried about Luka and the Lakers, and I'm also worried
Denver,
about
right? Those are your 3. See, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I put OKC. I know you got the best record.
Yes.
But I would still, if like gun to head 7-game series, I'm probably taking those 3 teams right now over OKC.
And I hate saying that, but it's just it's a little scary when you just don't have like a key veteran or a couple vets on your roster.
Superstars. So I've heard this. It's like, hey, teams and players and organization. I get it. You can have great regular seasons, but when it gets to a playoff series, you got to have superstars. And you got one, an SGA who's a baby, and he's a Dame Lillard type. Like, he's amazing. Don't get me wrong, but you kind of gotta have a couple superstars.
Yeah. Back to the Arkansas basketball game. Jamie May texting in on the Lewis Automotive hotline. Saying that in our last 4 wins, Matt, we are averaging 90.5 points a game. The Razorbacks shot, again, you shot for the game 55% from the field. From the 3-point line, you shot 9 of 21, which is one of their better outings in SEC play. The Razorbacks, again, let almost said Michigan State, Mississippi State get back in it. But that has been something I noticed. They're starting to click a little bit more offensively, and I know that takes time. It takes chemistry. They've had the injuries that they've had to deal with, but it is encouraging. Mississippi State's a pretty good defensive team at times this season. It is encouraging to see them have an outing like that in their final home game of the year.
Well, the one thing that Coach Cal does better than a lot of, it kind of reminds me of Coach Houston Nutt. He goes out and recruits athletes. We were the more athletic team, and so maybe that's what happened early in the year. You have athletes that are learning how to become basketball players, and you finally they're figuring out how to be basketball players, because when you have the better athletes, you should be able to win some of these games, and that's what I think you're seeing late in the year. We're just as athletic as anybody, and now they're playing well. And as long as you don't get in foul trouble or get somebody hurt, I know that's a big if, but everybody knows the role, and I think even Coach Cal said this. It's fun when you come to the gym and you're playing 25 minutes. Like, hey, I'm playing 25 minutes today. I mean, everybody's in a good mood.
And to your point, Matt, the lowest minutes total from anyone today was 21 minutes from Big Z. Outside of Jaden Curloretta. I had his name pronunciation the other day, but he played 5 seconds. But of the main 7, 21 minutes. I mean, that's crazy that it's that low. That high that you get, again, the expectation like you're talking about. We've got a text from Lubbock, Texas, fan from the 806 is listening right now. I'm celebrating the massive Arkansas Razorbacks victory in Lubbock, West Texas, calling the Hogs NCAA tournament bound. Folks, I know some of you take half days this time of year in March Madness, or you're just very lackadaisical when it comes to what you actually need to get done. Your team is heading to the NCAA tournament. That's great news as you close out the regular season. Quick break, more Hog Reaction coming up. Matt Jones, Ty Richardson. It's presented by the Stadium Shop on Razorback, Sawyer's Sunrooms, and Buffington Homes. We come back after this.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, brought to you by Buffington Homes, the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville, and by Sawyer's, everything for outside the house.
You got me really hot, so cool that one down.
Looking for a new home in the heart of Northwest Arkansas? Head to the Cottage at the Park. These beautiful homes by Buffington have direct access to a 120-acre park and offer maintenance-free yards. That means free time can be spent watching the Hogs, traveling, playing in the park, or just enjoying a weekend without yard work. For relaxed living at its finest, Cottage at the Park is the best move you'll make. Visit BuffingtonHomesAR.com/hogradio for details.
Your home is your biggest asset. So when you decide to add a sunroom, a patio cover, a new driveway, or new windows, you need to call a company you can trust. Sawyer's has been part of your community for over 30 years. They're insured, licensed, and have 100% financing for all of their products. Take all the worry out of your next project. Call Sawyer's and let them handle it from permitting to completion. Sawyer's, serving the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas with a full showroom located in Fort Smith or online at sawyers-sunrooms.com.
If you live near Alex, Alma, Branch, Bloomer, Mountain Berg, or Ozark, Wave Rural Connect Internet may be available to you right now. Wave is now serving a few non-member areas and adding more in the coming months. Check availability online. Sign up.waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372. Arkansas Valley Electric and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
It's Brad and Stephanie here, owners at Mosquito Joe. Stephanie, lots of people ask us how we ever got involved in Mosquito Joe. Tell them what you told me years ago when we first started.
I said if you figured out a way to keep the mosquitoes out of our yard without coating ourselves and kids with bug spray, then sign me up. And if this works, we have to share this with our friends and neighbors.
To this day, that's the mission of Mosquito Joe. It's our passion to make outside fun again for all Arkansans. Whatever's bugging you outside, we've got the solution.
Visit arkansas.mosquitojoe.com.
Life is loud, chaotic, hilarious, and occasionally peaceful. Your life fits you, so why settle for life insurance that fits someone else? At Shelter Insurance, our local agents help you design a personal protection plan backed by award-winning customer service. We're your shield. We're your shelter. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Call Wade Gilkey or Chris Dooley in Fort Smith.
Hey, it's Ty Richardson, my buddy Simon Wheeler with Wheeler Power Sports. Stop by the studio.
If you have a name brand motorcycle, ATV, or side-by-side you would consider selling or trading, call or text our used bike buyers at 479-783-5822 or visit us online at wheelerpowersports.com. Buy, sell, or trade Wheeler is the one for 2025. Try to be Fort Smith's authorized dealer for Kawasaki, Suzuki, Polaris, and Slingshot.
Simon Wheeler at Wheeler Power Sports in downtown Fort Smith, keeping the good times rolling since 1967.
Equipment down, got a leak, lost pressure? Don't let hydraulic problems slow you down. At Central Hydraulics in Fort Smith, we've got the power to keep you moving. From hoses and fittings to full system repairs, our expert team delivers top quality service fast. Central Hydraulics specializes in hydraulic pumps, cylinders, and custom-built solutions, so you can get back to work. Heavy machinery, farming equipment, construction rigs, if it runs on hydraulics, we've got you covered. Visit Central Hydraulics today or call 479-646-0471 for fast, reliable service.
Hello, this is Sebastian County Assessor Zach Johnson here to remind you to assess your personal property by May 31st to avoid late penalty. You can do this in person at one of our 3 locations, over the phone, or online by going to www.countyservice.net. I would also like to remind any current homeowners or any individuals buying their homes on contract to contact our office and check your eligibility for the homestead tax credit. Contact us today and see if you qualify. The homestead tax credit can save you up to $500 off your tax bill.
This ad sponsored by the Sebastian County Assessor and paid for by Amendment 79.
The tires on your vehicle go round and round, but when they don't, go to Van Alma Tire. They have tires in their name. That's their specialty. Van Alma Tire is all about tires. They have all the name brands and private labels available for you and in stock. So when it comes to getting tires for your ride, it's worth the drive. And financing is available. Ask for details. Whatever your tire need, check out Van Alma Tires on Highway 64 between Van Buren and Alma. Ready to get you rolling on new tires at Van Alma Tire.
Happy New Year from Sharp Equipment. Come on over to the new Sharp Equipment today and explore what all Sharp has to offer. From our latest offers and deals as a Wacker Neuson dealer to customized hydraulic and industrial hoses, equipment repairs, and as a Cinnabogan authorized service provider, we're able to offer even more. Stop in to check out the new location at 5608 Wheeler Avenue in Fort Smith, or give us a call at 479-649-0500 to see how at Sharp Equipment we help you move more than just the world. We help you move forward. Sharp Equipment, your Wacker Neuson dealer.
Knox, step back, left wing, 3-ball, good.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, brought to you by Buffington Homes and by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville.
Nadu drives the paint, kicks it out to Brazil, 3-pointer, good.
Hog Reaction is also presented by Sawyer's, everything for outside the house. This is Hog Reaction.
Hey, are you not entertained?
Matt Jones, that was quite an entertaining ball game. 93-92, the final regular game, season game of the season for the Arkansas Razorbacks as they take it at home over Mississippi State. The Lewis Automotive Group hotline is still open on Hog Reaction if you want to jump in. 877-377-6963. Clay Henry's listening this afternoon, our buddy and the features editor of Whole Hog Sports. Apparently, Brazil had his 11 rebounds all in the second half. He looked like a different man. He got those 2 quick fouls
I don't
early.
remember him playing in the first half.
Yeah, he got sat early with 2 fouls in about 3 minutes.
So full disclosure, I missed the first 5 minutes of the game.
Okay.
So maybe that's why I don't remember him playing. Yeah.
Yeah, he had some confidence. Like, he took that initial 3 in the corner, and then he stepped out of bounds. I think a play or two later. But that was a case where he had a much better second half, similar to DJ Wagner in this last game, where DJ, I think, scored all of his points in the second half as well.
I do remember us fouling the 3-point shooter a couple times tonight. Now it might have been the same. It might have been the same cat all 3 times, but it seemed like we fouled a 3-point shooter 3 times where you got to let the guy land down. And I think a couple of them, one of them might have been a little harsh, but 2 of the 3, I mean, it was the right call.
Yep. Abby is called in from Fayetteville this afternoon. Abby, you're on Hog Reaction. Your thoughts on Arkansas's 3-point win?
Hey, Abby decided she didn't want to comment, so I'll give you a comment.
Hi.
And bottom line is we had to have it, and we got it. What a tremendous performance from our big guys all the way around, especially Adu and Brazil. You know, it's good to see Brazil back to kind of his old form, attacking the rebounds, blocking shots, hitting the threes. I mean, it was just an incredible effort there. And I'll tell you what, with this team, we're 4-1 in the last 5 games and had a chance in the previous 3. Nobody wants to play us, and I like our chances going to Nashville. Depending on our draw, it wouldn't surprise me at all to see us go into the second weekend. Nobody wants to play us. It was a great day at the Bud. Woo Pig.
Yeah, woo Pigs. That Pig Suey, by the way?
Yes, sir.
All right,
Woo Pig Suey.
All right, you and your daughter have a good rest of your way, Pig Suey. Call or text us again. Jump in here, 877-377-6963. If you have got some thoughts like Pig Suey did, you can do so on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. This was one of the things I had, and Big C's texted us now, Matt. We gave a comp. We gave a couple cops earlier. You brought up Marcus Smart. I brought up Big Smooth Perkins. I felt like I was watching Reggie Miller at times with Josh Hubbard. Josh Hubbard kept kicking his leg out, which supposedly refs are supposed to call offensive fouls, and yet they called one on Billy and one on Carter, and I thought Cal was going to lose his mind on Joe Lindsey and the officials.
Yeah, kind of little Nate Robinson vibes right there, too. There was a little guard that played at Ole Miss about 20 years ago from Parkview. I think it was Harrison.
I know who you're talking about. I can't think of, yeah.
But he's a little, man, it's a good thing that he was missing some early because you kind of knew that he was going to hit a couple, and when he hit a couple free throws, then what's he do next time? He makes that next 3-point shot. You know, he sees one go in, but he's a tough player, man. He's a good player that is he a senior? I mean, is he coming back? Because
man, I don't.
You kind of ready for him to go?
He's been around for a while.
He's a stud. I like his game. I like his vision. Sorry, Ty. I like his vision as well.
Yeah, he's a good player. Big C also texted in when Darius Akov was introduced. He got a loud raucous ovation from the Bud Walton crowd. So cool to see that. Let's see. Chris from Springdale saying, Billy Richmond had a moment today where he's able to sprint towards an open player and contest a Mississippi State shot at the last second, and no one else could have. This team, you know how LeBron sometimes gets those chase down blocks? I feel like Billy in that same situation, that's something he loves to attack. Him and Carter, I think, had one in the last game or two, but even on these breakaway layups, they're not so they're not just guaranteed for the opponent sometimes, just because the athleticism you always talk about, Matt, which you felt like last year's team didn't have it. It's not like this year's team doesn't have it. They definitely do. And when you see it in cases like Billy Richmond from time to time, it's definitely an encouraging sight for Razorback fans.
Well, last year's team was a drop off when you're talking about Anthony Black, Nick Smith, Ricky Council the fourth. I mean, he's just as athletic as anybody to wear a Razorback uniform. Yeah, last year's team wasn't as athletic as the team before that. Billy Richmond. There's not he's always one of the best athletes on the floor. Wagner, same thing. And Carter Knox in Brazil, and then you got your other guys that it's like you're polishing them. They just keep getting better. And the last thing I'll say, Ty, is it seems like we're peaking at the right time. That's
a huge element to all this, Matt. Huge. And you mentioned the 4-1 part. I wonder your perspective and thought. This next week. So we know South Carolina, 12 o'clock is your first game of the day, first game of the SEC tournament. If you're Cal, how do you approach next week? Because you don't want to get these guys too gassed for the weekend that actually matters. And obviously you don't want to get bounced in game one, but Matt, what approach, if any, do you take next week in the SEC tournament if you're Arkansas?
You're trying to hang a banner. This is an opportunity to hang a banner in Bud Walton. 2000, I think, is the last time Arkansas has won the SEC tournament. So go out there. And then also, so this group is is this their seventh game since Boogie's been out? So this is their seventh game or so
third or fourth without a due too.
There you go. So 4 games now with this new look lineup. You're still learning each other. So you want the kids to go out there, have fun. And again, I think Coach Cal's mentioned it. We've talked about it. There's just a different vibe when you're going to the gym and you're playing 25 minutes plus. Like you're going to get it as long as you show up with effort, play smart, be locked in. You're going to get your time. And so I think you play with a little more confidence because you don't have to worry about every time that buzzer bings. It's like, or is he subbing me out? It's like, go out there and play and have fun.
Do your best. All right, quick break on Hog Reaction presented by the Stadium Shop on Razorback, Sawyer's Sunrooms, and Buffington Homes. Matt Jones, Todd Richardson. We continue on next.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, brought to you by Buffington Homes, the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville, and by Sawyer's, everything for outside the house.
You got me really hot, so cool that
Are
one
you
down.
ready to make a difference for the environment while helping the visually impaired at the same time? Then donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind today by calling 1-800-983-6530. Every donated vehicle will either be properly recycled in an eco-friendly manner or given a new life through reuse. Donating your vehicle is easy. Simply call 1-800-983-6530 and Heritage for the Blind will do the rest. They'll even arrange for your vehicle to be picked up at no cost to you. And for a limited time, when you donate your car, you'll receive a $200 restaurant voucher and a 2-night, 3-day hotel stay at one of 50 locations. Call 1-800-983-6530 right now to schedule your vehicle donation and make a positive impact on the environment while helping others. Heritage for the Blind, where every car donation counts and every person makes a difference. Call 1-800-983-6530 now. This advertisement is paid for by Heritage for the Blind.
Equipment down? Got a leak? Lost pressure? Don't let hydraulic problems slow you down. At Central Hydraulics in Fort Smith, we've got the power to keep you moving. From hoses and fittings to full system repairs, our expert team delivers top quality service fast. Central Hydraulics specializes in hydraulic pumps, cylinders, and custom-built solutions, so you can get back to work. Heavy machinery, farming equipment, construction rigs, if it runs on hydraulics, we've got you covered. Visit Central Hydraulics today or call 479-646-0471 for fast, reliable service.
Hello, this is Sebastian County Assessor Zach Johnson here to remind you to assess your personal property by May 31st to avoid late penalty. You can do this in person at one of our 3 locations, over the phone, or online by going to www.countyservice.net. I would also like to remind any current homeowners or any individuals buying their homes on contract to contact our office and check your eligibility for the homestead tax credit. Contact us today and see if you qualify. The homestead tax credit can save you up to $500 off your tax bill.
This ad sponsored by the Sebastian County Assessor and paid for by Amendment 79.
If you live near Alex, Alma, Branch, Bloomer, Mountainburg, or Ozark, Wave Rural Connect Internet may be available to you right now. Wave is now serving a few non-member areas and adding more in the coming months. Check availability online. Sign up.waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372. Arkansas Valley Electric and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
The tires on your vehicle go round and round, but when they don't, go to Van Alma Tire. They have tires in their name. That's their specialty. Van Alma Tire is all about tires. They have all the name brands and private labels available for you and in stock. So when it comes to getting tires for your ride, it's worth the drive. And financing is available. Ask for details. Whatever your tire need, check out Van Alma Tires on Highway 64 between Van Buren and Alma. Ready to get you rolling on new tires at Van Alma Tire.
Did you get us switched over to shelter insurance?
Actually, I found a deal online.
You did. Does your deal come with award-winning customer service?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Does the deal include a local agent?
Doesn't actually say.
Can we create a customized plan that fits our needs? Let's just call the local shelter agent.
For insurance that fits just right, find a shelter agent near you.
See Agent Jeff Clark in Fort Smith or Agent Brad Howe in Van Buren.
Winter has arrived, bringing frosty mornings, holiday travels, and unpredictable roads. That's why it's the perfect time to visit Southern Tire Mart. From top quality tires to expert service at competitive prices, we've got you covered. Visit our Fort Smith location at 9700 Highway 271 and let us prepare your vehicle for everything winter has in store. Southern Tire Mart is a proud dealer of Yokohama tires. We keep America rolling.
Valley Family Dental at the entrance to Riley Farms provides every type of dental care and procedure for you and your family. General dentistry, braces, implants, same-day crowns, and cosmetics. Dr. Sparkman, Farmer, and now Dr. Blaine Van Nice work to give all of their patients a better life with a better smile. Valley Family Dental, 5901 Riley Park Drive, Suite A at the entrance to Riley Farms. Let them know you heard this on ESPN Radio and receive $300 off a snore guard. Valley Family Dental, 479-226-3500 for an appointment or visit valleyfamilydentalpractice.com.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted best garage door company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Knox, step back, left wing, 3-ball good.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, brought to you by Buffington Homes and by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville.
Nadu drives the paint. Kicks it out to Brazil. 3-pointer good.
Hog Reaction is also presented by Sawyer's, everything for outside the house. This is Hog Reaction.
You know what's great about playing noon games? If you win, you have the rest of the day to enjoy.
I love that quote from John Calipari with Chuck and Z in the postgame. Now, what's on the docket for the rest of the day? What are we doing here since we're going to be done here momentarily in the next 20, 30 minutes? After an Arkansas victory, 93-92, what is Matt Jones doing the rest of the day?
Let's see. You got, Liverpool won today. So tomorrow, right now, it's actually 1-1 Wolverhampton and Everton. But you get Chelsea, Leicester City at 9 a.m., Tottenham and the Bournemouth Cherries at 9 as well. But then Man United and Arsenal, 11:30 Sunday. That's it.
I got a question. And forgive me being a novice and ignorant on this. Is there a league pass / red zone for Premier League and soccer at all? Is there anything that you can watch?
Probably, but I'm not an arcade. Ty, I'm an analog. I'm not a digital guy. I'm not a TikToker. I rather watch the 3-hour movie than a 4-minute. So I don't watch that. I watch a game that's how I do it. Then you watch a highlight show afterwards, but I can't keep up if there's 4 games going on at once. Like you want to watch how a game unfolds. When a score is 1-0 or 2-1, there's only a couple little. It's like an NFL game when you only win by 6 points or 8 points. That comes down to a couple plays. So then you can watch how the game goes. Each game's a story. So I watch games a little different, I think, than most people.
Okay, well, quite a story for this Arkansas basketball team, where they started in conference play, where they are now, and now the Gamecocks of South Carolina will be their opponent this next Wednesday at 12 o'clock. Here's Cal on the matchup.
Unless you go to South Carolina and miss every single shot you have. And from what I just learned, that's who we're opening up the tournament with. I'm like, that was like a slugfest. So they're good. They're well coached, all that stuff.
Matt, bring me back to your basketball days when you were playing at Arkansas. When you guys lost to a team, whether lopsided or a small amount, and you got a chance to play them in Atlanta, the SEC tournament, is there a different mentality at all? Because they got waxed in Columbia. I mean, are they going to have a different mentality next Wednesday?
Well, you're competitors, and so anytime that something's going on and you're looking at it, and it's like, well, they're 1-0 against us this year. So, yeah, I think the team, you want to compete. You'll have a little something about you. This team to start 0-5 and to be where they are, they have a little resiliency. So I think you'll see that. I think they'll play better. I do. I think they'll play better against South Carolina. Now, I do think the best player on the floor is playing for South Carolina when Arkansas and South Carolina play each other coming up. So that's the one thing that worries me a little bit. But as far as if you're to say top 7, who's the most athletic team, we're more athletic than South Carolina. But they will have the best player on the floor. So team defense, I know that it seems like our guards play better, like we were able to kind of take Hubbard out of his game. Got to have team defense on their big there at South Carolina.
Text in out of JT and Hot Springs on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline saying, when Boogie went down, most people agreed that we would have to slow down more and make the game a grind. Then at Lexington, we sped up, played really well. When we get in a grind, that's when we struggle. I know we only have 7 guys, but playing free in the open court is how all 7 of these guys play their best. Hopefully we speed things up and try and score 90 from here on out. Matt, I've heard remarks from different analysts and the play-by-play guys and guys in the studio talking about that, and there is some truth to that, but is that in the back of Cal's mind? He thinking it's like, all right, we're going to have potentially multiple games next week. Like, I know you don't want to be slow or methodical, but how do you balance that, knowing where your roster is with this basketball team and speeding things up or just keeping them how it is?
You want to be under control, but you want to stay aggressive. So okay. There's some truth to that. But so
like
let me ask,
Billy does Roadrunner sometimes, and he drives him. It's like that.
You can't, because you got to stay aggressive. I get it, but let me take you back to a play in this game. We get into a rebound. Blah, blah, blah. Brazil goes down. You think he's going to dunk it. You think he's going to pass it to 9. He misses the layup. Yeah. We get the ball back. What happens? He passes it to number 1. Nelly Davis is sitting 28. You know what you would have thought 100 times out of 100? He would have shot it right there. Veteran move, smart move. And you're thinking, even if you call a timeout, even if you draw up a play, you might not get. He's wide. I mean, that's wide open practice type of 3. He still didn't shoot it, and that's just the sign of this team growing up a little bit.
That was one of the most underrated plays in the game. I had that jotted down as well because you take it back out, and I think that following sequence.
I thought he was shooting it. As soon as he got it, I said, "Oh, Nelly will shoot it," and he held it, and I was like, "Oh, what a savvy move by the veteran."
He passed it out to the basically.
And then they called the timeout again
and then he actually drove and made if I remember correctly, the game-winning assist to Jonas, who hit 1 of 2 free throws. So that play might be not be as mentioned, like it doesn't show up in the box score, but just having the wherewithal and having just the like the pullback, not only didn't have a bad game by any stretch of the imagination. When you look at his box score, he's 4 for 10. He hit 3 of his 5 3-pointers, Matt. But just to, again, in that situation, to have some self-control, even though it was an open look, smart play from a guy that's been around for quite some time. And I know that, again, they talked about him being an FAU Final Four guard on the broadcast. More text to get to here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Our buddy Hog Knox has texted in saying, Ty, we were on each of our seats. Wow, let's go eat more chicken. Talking about, again, being on the edge of our seats at the tail end of that game. Matt, you just think about how that game played out, and that was a sequence that we hadn't talked about just yet, but just the 3 from DJ down the stretch.
5 to shoot, 4 to shoot, step back, 3, and he got it! Wagner from 25 on the right wing buries the three-pointer, 92-89. They're going to stop play to check the time.
And then Hubbard, again, but just the back and forth. So you have that, then you have the Trevin Brazil miss, which Billy almost threw that ball away from the backcourt, and it goes over the defender's head. Trevin goes up and gets it, and then goes in for that layup that you're talking about, misses it. Luckily, they get the rebound like you alluded to. If you were just a common college basketball fan watching that game, that's got to be one of the best games of the day, and I don't think it's close.
It was a good game. What about our clock operators getting an F, though? Like, how do you mess up so bad the last 2 minutes of the game as a clock operator? I mean, you don't reset the shot clock, have to go back and check everything out. It's like, man, you guys need to be a little bit better. What's the prereq to be a shot clock operator?
Well, I don't know what the requirements or anything else is on that, but I know people do get frustrated when they're having to see the refs go over to the bench or something is wrong with the clock or whatever the case may be, technical difficulties.
Because if it would have not worked out and we don't win the game, then it would have been but we win the game, so everybody, you watch the tape after a dub and we can learn and get better. But yeah, there was a couple malfunctions there going on late.
Do want to mention some other games in the Southeastern Conference today. Vanderbilt goes down to Georgia, so the Arkansas Razorbacks will be the 9th seed in Nashville at the SEC tournament, again taking on South Carolina. Kentucky travels to Columbia and gets a victory over Missouri. You've got games ongoing right now. South Carolina at least keeping it close with Tennessee. They're down by 10 with a little over a minute to go on senior day. Auburn up on 5 by Alabama. Matt, when you and I get done, I'm going to listen. I'm going to watch a little Arkansas baseball, and then also
58-57 right now, Alabama Auburn.
Wow. Oh, and yeah, my Yahoo app just updated, so thank you for that. And South Carolina down only by 8. A&M just started their action against the LSU Tigers in Baton Rouge. Ole Miss against Florida. That game's at 5 o'clock on the SEC Network. And then Oklahoma against Texas, the Red River rivalry for basketball later on tonight, 7 o'clock on the SEC Network. So those are the games on today. Matt, I like with Auburn, why do you think people like myself and Tommy are unwilling to say that this is like the surefire team? They've had you look at their season thus far, they've had so many wins. You think about their only losses being to Duke, to Florida, and A&M. Like, there's not a bad loss in there. Why aren't we willing to go on a limb that say Auburn is clearly and deservedly going to win the national championship? Are we just apprehensive because
who do y'all got? Who do y'all got then?
If I'm going to pick an SEC team, it would be Florida. I just don't know if I'm willing to go all in on Auburn, even though they've been, again, battle-tested over and over.
I might
again.
be in your same boat because I got Alabama. Like, if you're asking me who I think is going to be the last team standing in the SEC, it's Alabama.
You got Alabama.
That's who I got. So, yeah, I know people got Florida. But Auburn's a real team. They come at you in waves. And it's a little throwback. You know, they like a little high-low post. They like a little big ball. They do it a little different. But, yeah, I like Alabama. I like Duke. Wouldn't be surprised. I hadn't seen enough out of Houston or St. John's, but my two best teams, Auburn is their number 1 seed, but I got Bama and Duke right now.
All right. Last segment coming up here on Hog Reaction, presented by the Stadium Shop on Razorback, Sawyer's Sunrooms, and Buffington Homes. You can check them out online, buffingtonhomesar.com. Quick break. Myself, Matt Jones, coming back after this.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, brought to you by Buffington Homes, the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville, and by Sawyer's, everything for outside the house.
You got me really hot. So cool that one down.
Locally owned Lumber One can handle all of your building needs. They've built their business on having great relationships with everybody from contractors and builders to the everyday build-it-yourself. Lumber One is a full-line door shop to handle all of your door, window, and trim needs. And along with lumber, roofing and drywall products, attic wall and floor insulation is available. Lumber One also does blueprint takeoff with access to design services with estimates available. So go where the pros go. Lumber One, located on Industrial Park Road in Van Buren. Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted Best Garage Door Company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
When second's making a play, short's got to cover.
A winning insurance strategy doesn't rely on one person.
Good hustle, good hustle.
Communicate with your guys and make sure everyone's in the right coverage.
It takes a team that knows its roles well, working together to provide an exceptional experience.
Set the screen. You have to protect yourself. 1, 2, 3,
At Shelter Insurance, you can count on our local agents and award-winning customer service to help you protect what matters most.
Call Wade Gilkey or Chris Dooley in Fort Smith.
For decades, the Rebel Crawfish has been a tackle box staple. But now, get ready for the next
No doubt,
generation. Introducing the all-new Rebel Matte series of Rebel Crawfish. 4 all-new Ultra Matte colors that eliminate glare and enhance realism, mimicking a natural crawfish like never before. The same iconic shape and swimming action, but now with a stunning matte finish. Upgrade to the all-new matte series of Rebel Crawfish today at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Dick's Sporting Goods, and local tackle shops everywhere. Rebel. Catch fish anywhere.
Hey everyone, Josh Earnhardt here at AAA Business Systems in Northwest Arkansas. Do you like doing business with local companies? Did you know that AAA Business Systems is one of only a few truly local office technology providers in Northwest Arkansas? Ask your current technology provider where their corporate office is, and let's keep your money in Northwest Arkansas. Buy local, support local. Call us today at 479-442-4185, and remember, anything else is just a copy.
Family. That's what sets us apart. Crabtree RV Center, founded in 1950 by E.J. and Allen Crabtree, family owned and operated, serving Arkansas for 74 years.
I've been working full-time here at Crabtree RV since 1996 after graduating from the University of Arkansas, where I'm proud to carry on my grandparents' legacy.
I know if Mom and Dad could see Crabtree RVs today, they would be so proud.
Crabtree RV Center in Alma, making your family's dreams come true for over 70 years.
APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group has immediate openings in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you're a licensed CDL driver, heavy equipment operator, electrician, diesel mechanic, have paving or concrete labor experience, or experience in a quarry, apply today at jobs.crh.com. APAC offers top pay, a sign-on bonus, benefits including insurance, retirement, and profit sharing. Apply online today at jobs.crh.com. APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
Remodeling your bathroom? Don't let your imagination be limited by out-of-the-box shower doors or tub enclosures. Arkansas Glass and Mirror is your local source for all things glass, including plexiglass, mirrors, and shower doors since 1964. Arkansas Glass and Mirror has more selections, better prices, and the experience to help you build the shower of your dreams. They also have the only showroom in the area to help you create those dreams. Professional installation and professional service. Only at Arkansas Glass and Mirror, 1316 South C Road, Fort Smith, or online at arkansasglassandmirror.com.
Knox, step back, left wing, 3-ball good.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, brought to you by Buffington Homes and by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville.
Nadu drives the paint, kicks it out to Brazil, 3-pointer good.
Hog Reaction is also presented by Sawyer's, everything for outside the house. This is Hog Reaction.
Harris drives underneath. Murphy shot blocked by Adu. Davis out of there with a basketball. Ahead to Richmond with 13 minutes to play. They lob it low to Adu. Knocked away by Murphy. Jonas got it back. Nelly's open. Right wing 3 is good. And Chris Jans has got to call another timeout.
How different, Matt Jones, is this team when Jonas Adu and John L. Davis are playing well? I mean, Cal was pretty straightforward after the game.
Player of the game, how about him?
Jonas Adu got a chance to talk with Chuck and Z. I mean, just for him and his confidence heading into the SEC tournament and then postseason. And John L. had a solid game today, knocking down 3 of 5 from the 3-point line. I mean, you got to love that your vets who have had an up and down season, a lot of downs, are starting to play a lot better like you talked about in these last 5 games.
Hey, and Janelle Davis's best move was not shooting a three-pointer when he was wide open. No, you got it. Phil and I have been talking about this for the last couple weeks. 9, he has been revolutionary the last 6 games. Like, just kind of what you thought. Like, he's still not there. I still think he's at 80%. Like, it just tells you where he's come from. And we don't know. I don't think we're privy to all the information, Ty. Like, I don't know. Like, I had a coach tell me every time you play, they assume you're 100%. They don't. So every time I watch it, if you're able to go and play, I assume you're 100. But we don't know. And then coach says, well, he's only at 70%. Or so you don't, because you're making these judgments. You're watching him play. You're like, this dude's not any good. Well, he's out there on one leg.
How many times were you 100%?
Exactly, but that's how you watch the tape. That's how you watch it, because you're competing. If you can't play, then sit your butt on the side. So that's how you're looking at it. But you can't say enough good things about where he's come from, because I believe the LSU game, that was our 3rd or 4th game, January 14th, he had a double-double. And then he's had two of them in the last 5 games. Like, he's just totally turned the page, like Bob Seger said. He's turned the page. Him going forward, giving you an inside presence, I think it gives you a chance.
And you like it on that. And also, Trevin Brazil, I didn't play a lot in the first half, and he had a dandy of a second half.
Brazil, left side, going to try a 3, and Trevin drains his 3rd 3 of the half. Brazil with 11, all since the intermission, 79-66.
Ends up with 11 points, 11 rebounds on 4 of 7 shooting, and like John L. Davis, shot 3 of 5 from the 3-point line. Razorbacks finished 9 of 21 at a 43% clip. You love when this team can shoot the basketball like they did in that game. So, Matt, as we wrap up today's show, if you want to jump in with me and Matt before we go here on Hog Reaction, presented by the Stadium Shop on Razorback, Sawyer Sunrooms, and Buffington Homes, you can do so on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline at 877-377-6963. Final thoughts heading into next week, Matt Jones.
So we get South Carolina. You'll have tape on them. The good thing is you did just play them. You'll know that the thing is they don't win a lot of games. So you gotta think, if you can get on them early, kind of take the fight out of them. What are they playing for? Go out there and let natural. The other thing is you don't have to press. Let your natural ability play. And you can't play any worse. I mean, you can't. I don't think you could. That was our worst game of the conference, so you can't play any worse.
Yeah, I think for Arkansas, it's you have the freeness, right? Like, if you headed into next week, Matt Jones, with 7 wins and 11 losses, there's still uncertainty that you're going to the NCAA tournament. I don't care what anyone says, and I know that what the metrics and what your net, blah 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 blah. Like, that just on paper doesn't look good. And I think now that you've locked it up, you're 8-10. Is it above 500? Is it even 500 in conference play? No. Are you 1,000% in the NCAA tournament? No. But I think we all can assume that Arkansas, a week from tomorrow, will be announced on Selection Sunday and a team. So I hope that freedom that's opened up, hopefully they don't pull off the gas pedal by any stretch, because you want them to continue to have that momentum that you were referring towards earlier. But that's just something that I've been thinking about when it came to directly after that win. Here's what Jonas Adu kind of thinks about it.
Down 2 crucial players that we need on our team, but it's just us right now. We just got to be together with these last stretch of games going into the tournament, which is going to be really big for us to get some more wins than that and just stay together.
What is the ceiling of this team, Matt? They finish 8-10 the regular season, tournament next week in Nashville. Beyond that, we don't know. Like, how far could you see this team going in the future?
That's interesting. You know, we have to see the bracket, have to see the matchups, have to see what's going on. The one thing I will say this, I don't know. We'll have to see the brackets first. The one thing I will say is we're 4-1 in our last 5, and we're playing our best basketball at the right time. So that's the one positive thing I guess I got. I still don't think this team's a second weekend type of team in the NCAA tournament. But
what is there anything?
We're 4-5. We were 4-1 in our last. So let me see the matchups. Let me see who we got. Hey, is there a way through? Yeah, because because defense travels and athletic ability travels.
Is there anything that they could show you next week? And the matchup is maybe more important than what they
Not against South Carolina.
Okay.
Not against South Carolina. If they lose to South Carolina again, all it does is make true what I'm saying. That's a team. So Coach Nutt, like there's a thing you have as a player, Ty, that you have to beat the teams you're supposed to beat. And every time we play South Carolina, we should beat this version of teams. We should not lose to South Carolina. So that's a game we have to. Then we'll see. Is it Missouri? Is it Kentucky? Is it whoever they play next? Then we'll kind of see.
Matt, here's the other element to this, which I think is intriguing. Arkansas has not won three straight games since December. They've just won 2. You beat Vanderbilt and you beat Mississippi State. Can you string together just to add on that win Wednesday at 12 o'clock? The South Carolina aspect, I mean, you got blown out by them in Columbia earlier this year, just a few short weeks ago. But can you pull together another win to make it 3 straight? We'll have to wait and see on that. Any in terms of next week, I know we've talked about like teams that could come out of the SEC and win a national championship. Any team you're favoring heading into next week? You say kind of that same lump where you talked about Alabama, Auburn, Florida is kind of you're thinking has the best chance to win Nashville, or could be a team that's maybe a 5 or 6 seed that has better.
Well, so the SEC tournament's a little different. Yes, I think there's 4 teams that are clearly better than everybody else: Auburn, Florida, Alabama, and Tennessee. And those are the only 4 teams that I think can win it. 100%. I don't think any other team out there. Kentucky doesn't play a good enough defense. Texas is a bunch of chuckers, and let's go get offensive boards. Ole Miss just not as talented. They're a great team, but they don't have the dudes. They don't have, Missouri, same thing. Arkansas, Mississippi. So if it's Auburn, Florida, Alabama, if it's not one of those 4 teams, I'll be extremely surprised.
Matt, how about just the idea of this being as intense of an SEC tournament that we've had in quite some
I wonder
time?
how they approach it, because talking, I know you did this show with Phil a couple years, and talking about how baseball teams approach the SEC baseball tournament, I feel like there's a little bit of that when it comes to they know that it's not a. I don't know. They know it's not a big deal. Like I think it is. Anytime you have an opportunity to go out there and win and hang a banner, let's go try it. But there's still another goal, another prize that everybody wants.
Well, we've got a lot of reactions still to get to starting Monday morning. Chuck and Bo, 6 a.m., the morning rush at 9, halftime with Phil Elson and this guy right here, Matt Jones, and then followed by our buddies Ruskin and Zach. That's going to do it for us here on Hog Reaction. For my friend Matt Jones, I'm Ty Richardson. Enjoy your drive home as the Arkansas Razorbacks get a 93-92 victory over the Mississippi State Bulldogs, closing out the SEC at 8-10. Your opponent will be South Carolina this upcoming Wednesday at 12 o'clock. Everyone have a great rest of your Saturday, great rest of your weekend. It's over early, so you got a lot of things you can take advantage of here on Saturday and Sunday. We'll talk to y'all Monday morning.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, brought to you by Buffington Homes, the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville, and by Sawyer's, everything for outside the house.